Hi, my name is Amy Rock, and I use Google Drive and Google Share to share files with my students. Today I'm going to show you how easy it is to do that. I'm going to start here in my email, and you'll notice there's a little matrix of squares in the upper right corner. If you click that and then select Drive, it will open Google Drive for you. If you've never used this before, you may not see anything appear here, but I use it all the time, so I have a ton of junk in here. I'm going to start by clicking the New button. There we go, and select Folder. And I'm going to give this a meaningful name that's specific to the course. If you have students who are taking multiple courses, they may have a number of these from various faculty members, so it's helpful to name it very specifically. Once you create the folder, it should jump to it immediately, and then we want to go and share it with our students. So I'll right-click on the folder and select Share. And in this little box here, I can look up my student group by CRN number. If you don't know your CRN number, you can go to Canvas and look it up. I'm going to use this course here, CRN 31313, to share with my folder. You'll notice once I finish typing the CRN, the entire class comes up with a lot of extra bits on it that aren't meaningful to me, but they are meaningful to other people. I select this. And this is now going to add anybody who's currently registered in this course. If they drop the course, they get dropped from the folder. If they add the course, they get added to the folder. Next, I'm going to select the pencil over here. You have two choices. You can allow students to collaborate in the folder, which means that they can add material, they can edit existing material, and so forth. Or if you just want to share things that you don't want students to change or delete, you can select it to be view only. I'm going to change mine to view only. And I'm going to add a note here. Just so that when students get an email, they know what this is all about. I'll click the Advanced button to see a few more options. Right now, you'll see that I'm the only person who has access to this, but as soon as I click this, they'll begin to show up in this list. But again, here's my message that I typed earlier. And I'm also going to choose to send a copy to myself so that I can verify that it went out. I'll click the Send button, and it will now send an email to everybody who's registered in that course. And if I go back to my own email, it should shortly show up, here it is, to tell me that I have an invitation to view this shared folder. Now all I have to do is click it, and it takes me straight to that folder. So at this point, you can have students access it from the email. They can add it to their own drive. You can also share this course link to this folder in Canvas or any place else that's convenient for you by clicking on the folder name and going to Share again. And this time, instead of typing anything in, we're going to click this Get Shareable Link button, which will copy this link to your clipboard, and then you can flip over to your Canvas course or your email or whatever document you're composing, paste it in there, and it will take people directly to this folder. It's just that easy. And you can drag and drop things into this folder, and as you do, they will immediately become available to the students who have access to this folder. You can also add other people to the folder by going to the Share button again, adding in their specific email, and click Send. You may want to edit this as well before you do so. Click Send. And just as it did with the students in your course, it will send an email to that individual telling them they have access to your folder.